What if something as small as one leg being slightly shorter than the other could quietly wear down your spine over time? That's exactly what researchers have found when looking at leg length inequality and its effect on posture and spinal joints. And it matters because even a small difference, just 1 centimeter, can have real consequences for your back. I'm Dr. Ryan Wohlfert, and your spine is designed to be balanced, carrying your weight evenly from top to bottom. But if one leg is shorter than the other, even by a small amount, that balance is thrown off. The pelvis tilts, the spine compensates, and over time, the joints in your lower back take the hit. A classic study compared people who had no leg length difference with those who had at least a 1 centimeter difference. What they found was pretty clear. Those with leg length inequality showed more wear and tear in their spinal joints, especially in the areas where the spine curves the most to compensate. The cartilage was uneven and the bone underneath was stressed. These aren't changes you feel right away though, but over years, it can lead to pain, stiffness, arthritis, and even a postural scoliosis, meaning the spine curves not because of genetics or disease, but because of the uneven foundation that it's built on. So what should you look for if you think one leg might be shorter than the other in you? Now, there are some common postural signs that show up when the body tries to compensate. First, the upper body tends to shift toward the shorter leg. At the same time, the pelvis often shifts sideways. So to balance all that, the spine bends away from the short leg. The pelvis on the short leg side also tends to rotate forward. And while that happens, the rib cage and thoracic spine rotate backward on that same side. So even the head often drifts away from the short leg to try to keep your eyes level with the horizon. These little adjustments might not seem like much, but together they create a chain reaction of imbalance that puts more strain on your spine's joints, the discs, and the supporting muscles. Now, this doesn't mean that everyone with a small difference in leg length is doomed to have back problems. Many people have mild asymmetries and never notice. But if you've struggled with recurring low back pain, hip discomfort, your posture is off, looks twisted, tilted in photos, it's worth wondering and asking whether leg length might be part of the picture. The most accurate way to determine if you have leg length inequality is through a special standing pelvic x-ray. Plus, it can measure the difference between those sides so you know how far it's off. What's helpful is that once it's identified, there are ways to address it. Sometimes as simple as correcting postural distortions, or in some cases, using a small shoe insert or heel lift to balance things out. The sooner you recognize these signs of imbalance, the sooner you can take pressure off your joints that would otherwise break down faster over time. Just keep in mind that these small imbalances, they matter. 1 centimeter, it might not sound like much, but over months or years of walking, standing, and sitting, it can shift the way your spine carries your entire body. And your spine, especially the joints in your lower back, those pay the price. So take a look at your posture. Notice if your shoulders look uneven, if your pelvis seems tilted or twisted, if your head consistently drifts to one side. These small details may be your body's way of showing you there's an imbalance worth addressing. And if you've been noticing that your posture is off, maybe you have back pain or hip pain and you need some help, check out the first link in the description for a posture and mobility assessment. We can do this from anywhere in the world. And as always, be your own guarantee for your health and your life.